Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? Happy Saturday. It's World Watercolor Month 2026, day 18. Hi, Averly. Averly had me a little nervous. I looked at the thing and said 12, and I was just like, oh, that's her time. So, hello, Averly. Hello, Cookie Wookie. Hi, Saul. Oh, it's stormy NYC. Great day for watercoloring with friends. I like that. I'm here for it. So I'm here for it. It's hot here. I think the high is going to be about 92, but we get some afternoon showers that kind of just make it hotter the next day. But we won't complain. Hello, Judy G. How are you? Hi, Rosemary. I feel like somebody else was here. I think I got everybody. I feel like my camera's a little, oh, I know what it is. It's not all the way over here. Hold on, y'all. Close your eyes a little bit. A gel plate on my big plate last night. So we moved the camera, had to do some adjustments. So want to make sure we're in there. So get in there. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's a little bit better. Is that good for you? Looks good. So I came in from outside because I had to take care of the dogs this morning. So I came in, hi Lydia, did the dogs, did my walk, did my exercise while I did my walk. And I of course, y'all know I'm doing my emotional intelligence journal. So I did, it's still on the desk because I literally just finished like jotting down some things. I'm trying to get better about putting stuff in this book because I'm good about putting it on a piece of paper, like I'll write it on something like this here and then I'll throw it over there and forget where it is and then I don't know what my thoughts was for today. So this is something that I created, I designed for myself because I wanted to see how it would be to literally keep up with my emotions in an intelligent way because y'all know I'm doing, hey Sal, I'm doing a guided journal. It's a guided journal for self awareness, self management, social awareness, and relationship management. Those are things that are important to me. And so I'm learning that incorporating that with my art, OMG, I'm learning a lot about me. I'm learning that some things really do tick me off. And it's not my emotions, it's the fact that people do things that tick me off. So what I'm learning is how to pause, how to not just sprout back because they just kind of stepped on my Christian Louboutins. I just kind of pause and look down and see, is there any damage to my Christian Louboutins? And if there isn't, then I just kind of, let it go because you have to choose your battles, right? It's not worth popping off every time somebody says something. So this one, just to give you a little, I'm really, really going in with it, right? Like right here today, I feel, and that whatever day this was, I feel deeply concerned about my emotions. I'm aware I need to show up for me. So that was pretty doggone good. So it's not a journal, but I guess you could use it like a journal because you're going to be writing down stuff. And I think I did it for 30 days. And like it goes through each one for a relationship management. The conversation I need to have is dot dot dot. What I want to express clearly, write that down. How I want the other person to feel after the conversation, very important. Very important. Because we don't always want people to leave like we just cut them two ways and they're standing there like holding their neck, bleeding. We don't always want that. Sometimes, I probably say one time in a year, I would probably say I want that. But majority of the time, no, I want the conversation to be very, very good, completed. I want to communicate clearly. And if I have to repair, then I want to be able to do that, right? But the whole point of all of this is to protect my peace. That's what it is. And then here it's like what respect and healthy boundaries look like here. Don't just cut everybody off. I'm not cutting everybody off, but I am cutting some unhealthy folk away. Some people that when they come in, they're coming in to just disrupt everything. We don't want that. We don't want piranhas in the pool because piranhas, they want to eat up everything, right? And then here, my next relational step. Now, relationship management is not just marriage. Relationship management is even me coming on here, interacting, engaging with you guys. That's a relationship. We have a relationship. Some of you guys have been showing up every single day for World Watercolor Month. We've been in a relationship for 18 days, right? We've been in longer than that. And especially if you've been on this journey with me since I started my YouTube channel, right? So we're in a relationship. So how I come over here and how I relay information to you, it's important to me. I don't want to come in here and tell y'all like, hey, just go pop off on them. Just go on and flatten their tires. What is that going to solve? That's going to probably get you maybe arrested. It's going to cause more conflict. We don't want to cause conflict. We want to communicate clearly, repair wisely, and protect our peace. So, hey, Darcy. So in this, and then there's a daily emotional check-in for me, like I did the other one I showed you. Today I feel what is influencing my mood. Like right now is hot. So if I go outside, then my mood get a little sticky, get a little, whatever. So then that makes me a little, so I have to come back and stay in the house. So I'm all happy. And then when I'm in my studio, it's a hopeful, happy, just joyful day. And then what does my body need today? Because y'all know sometimes your body tells you, hey, you need to just sit down somewhere. Mr. McCoy thinks because his body hurts, he just like needs to get up. And I'm just like, sometimes you just need to lay and rest. The body just needs to rest. Let it learn how to rest. He doesn't know how to rest. One healthy choice I'll make today and my intentions for today. And one thing I'm grateful for, because I want you always to think of something that you're grateful for so that it can give you more joy. Right. So that was that. And that was still sitting on my desk. So I was just like, I don't think I walked through it, but I'm happy about this because I created it myself and put it on chipboard and did it in my little, what that thing, y'all know that thing that, what that thing called? That my cinch machine. Put it to use. And then I'm gonna show y'all what I did with my stuff from last year. So these are some watercolors. This is also a cinch book that I did last year. I stamped this on the cover. So let me back up. I took some artwork that I had and I put the covers front and back. Remember, I told y'all I take the covers from my art pads. This is from the Fabriano art pad, and I turned it into a cover. Now I need to do something in the back, or don't. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares, right? Don't care. It's mine. But the cover is beautiful. It's my stamps. All these are my stamps, my flower stamps, and my inspirational stamps. May the grace help you. That's on there. And then I stamped some other little stamps that I had that I didn't emboss. And then I stamped my back and embossed it. Don't know. I might write on it. I don't know. It's mine. Right? Okay, let me read chat. Let me read chat. Because I was on Bitty Penny's live this morning. She was like 30 minutes behind on the chat. And I was like, yeah, I can relate to that now. Because I get to going and get to talking and get to crafting and get to slap paint on paper and I forget all about it. So let me back it up. Okay, we said hey to Judy G. Lydia came in. Zal came in. Got Ava Lee. Saul came in. Okay, Saul said emotional intelligence is such a great way to learn about oneself. Correct. I hand started studying this subject a few years ago. Got to go back to my notes. Oh, Zal, I feel like you should share because I feel like even when I was going to school for getting my master's, even in the counseling world, I feel like they need to focus more on emotional intelligence, right? We focus on how to sit and listen and how to not take your story and then impose it on your client's story. But I think when you go and teach somebody how to be emotionally intelligent with them, with their words and with their self and all the things, I think it just makes a world of difference. I feel like emotional intelligence needs to be taught in school straight up. Straight up, because when you learn, like my granddaughter, they did teach her like sad and happy. Yeah, those are a little bit, but when you really look at what is self-awareness, not that somebody made you sad, but the self-awareness about somebody making you sad is Why did you all of a sudden get sad because they did whatever they did? Not so we can't change what people do, right? So I love it. I love it. I love it. So I will be very interested to, if you want to email me anything, that will be very interesting. It's been interesting listening to Karen discuss it. Oh, okay. Got that. Got Darcy. I think I'm caught up. Yes, when it was very hot. Yes, yes. Yes. Oh my God, we're gonna sit inside. But today, this morning, I was sitting up there listening to Bitty Penny because we gotta catch up because she's been gone, and so I'm enjoying her stories about her trip. I'm trying not to get on the phone and call her and catch up because I want to hear it, organically as she create and just kind of remember things. It works out better that way instead of you just like sitting down having a dump. And just like, yeah, I did this, and this, and then she's getting ready to go to Kansas. She's just a traveling little beetle bug. She did some snails this morning. Oh my goodness. She made me want to pull out my. I have two drawers. I'm not a card maker, like like Bitty Pendy and Lindaville and like Linda Gorman. I saw she's done 258 craft roulette cards. Oh my goodness, Jesus! But I feel like I have. If I take all of my artwork and turn it into cards, I think I got that. But they have parameters. You can't just submit cards. Maybe I can take my cards I mean, my artwork that I've already made, and do the parameters with it. That might be a thought. But this is this. So let me back up. I'm squirreling. Good morning to everybody that has come in. If you're in the balcony, or if you're on replay, feel like I've neglected, just say something to Team Replay. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here because you count and you matter just as much as the people that show up for live. You do. Now, welcome to World Watercolor Month. It's day 18. Can y'all believe it's day 18? We're halfway done with the month. It needs to slow down. So today, as we slap some paint on some paper, we're gonna continue reclaiming the spark that life tried to dim. Maybe, everybody has a spark in it. You think about sparklers and somebody put your sparkler out. We're gonna reignite it. That's what we're doing for World Watercolor Month 2026. We're just reclaiming the spark, right? We're reclaiming our joy, our peace, and that beautiful feeling that makes us smile from ear to ear. Like I'm going to flip through this book. Oh, and I did this one in my cinch too. I'm getting better with lining things up. I almost got it perfect. Almost did. If you use a cinch and you make your own books, that's a very important thing, but I'm still working on it. I'm getting better. Hey Eddie, how are you? So don't don't let somebody put your sparkle out. Let's reignite them sparklers. Your spark maybe while it's been out, you need it to be quiet, but it's not gone. That's what I have to tell myself. Your joy may feel distant, but remember, it's still within you. Why? Because you're still here, you're still breathing, you're still creating. So today, we're not going to wait for life to become perfect. Y'all know me. Your spark is still in there. Give yourself permission to just feel alive. You know, Look at this. So as I flip each page, let it spark you. Let it kind of plug into it. Just plug in. With every page, plug in. And then ask yourself, what once made me feel alive? Like, yeah, I want you to scroll down memory lane. I do just a little bit. And I'm gonna be like Betty Wright, on her Tonight is the Night album. Don't wait till I get to the end and then be like, oh yeah, now I remember. And we ain't got to go into what else she says, but life was great. Like what small thing can you return to? You know, like it didn't hurt you. It just made you happy. It made you like when you think of it, you get a jolt and you're just like, oh, yes. Was it like a song, right? Was it like walking on the beach with the sun shining on your face, hand in hand with someone that made you happy, even though you might not be with them anymore, that made you happy, right? And then, with our emotional intelligence, we have to be self aware. Things that made us happy, maybe it disappointed us and made us angry and overwhelmed in life. But if it made us happy, we're still going to celebrate because it was a moment where we got a spark or it made us happy, right? And tell yourself the truth about it. The spark eventually maybe made you sad. Maybe it drained you. Maybe it did disrespect you. But or maybe you miss that feeling. Maybe you miss someone to say I love you, right? And remember in our emotional intelligence journal, self-awareness means naming your feelings does not make you weak. It just gives you direction. So you can say, this is what I feel, but this feeling will not control my next decision. I feel good, I feel bad, or whatever. I like this book. I did a good job. I'm just saying. Y'all know you gotta gotta pat yourself on the back because that's part of self-awareness too, right? These flowers. This is where I feel like another version of my stamps. Okay, let's look at this. Kind of like that one, and that one's kind of there. So we get to see how it pops up. Get to work it out. Love it. Love it. Love it. I love it. There's that. Oh, y'all, I have to read y'all my poem of the day. I chose my own poem for the day. Okay. Just mine. And tell me in the chat. You gonna know it. You gonna know it because this is one I had to learn when I was younger. Literally put it into a song so that because you know how we learn music very well. We learn the lyrics very well. So I took this poem and I'm not gonna sing it, but I turned it into like every time I had to say it, I turned it into, I would sing it and we had to stand in front of the class and say it. So it took all I could for me not to not sing it, but I was very eloquent with it though. Two words, two roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry, I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other, just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same. And both that morning equally lay in leaves, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way. I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Hmm. Somewhere ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled, and that has made all the difference. You know who's the author? You know him. You know him. You know it. I love him. I love it. I love the old, but I like some of the ones that the people write today, but I would dare not say I can remember them. Two roads, the road not taken. That's kind of like what we're talking about in emotional intelligence. It fit today. We want to be self-aware, self-managed, social awareness, and have relationship management. Meaning it's all about what we are doing over here, right? Look at that. That is definitely look at that one and that one. Ooh, ooh, just so cute. Feel like it's time for another flower stand. I do. I do. We'll see. Look at those. They're just so pretty. They just make my heart happy. This is what I do when I want to manage me. My self management means choosing me and how I react. And most of the time, y'all told y'all yesterday, my slapping paint on paper is the whole thing. When I was feeling angry, in order to not be cruel and just not be mean and just, not want to close up, slapping paint on paper helped me. It's just my thing. I feel like I need to put some more things in that, but who knows? This is one where trust in the process. These are some that are way back in the beginning. When I say way back, they way back. Way, way back. Oh, that needs to be on live chat. Not, yeah, there we go. And if you're on here, make sure you keep yours on live chat. Not that our chat has gotten so big that we got that problem, but we're working on it. We are working on it. Life is moving right along. Our subscribers are going up. I'm very happy over here. That one is good. You can see that one. It's like the flowers are sitting on a table, maybe. And that's all for that. So this is from last year, and some of these I just noticed they were a long, long, long time ago, maybe 2 years, because I can tell by looking at how the water is on the page. I just can tell my work, right? There we go. I love this one. This one I did out of my book. Y'all know my book of flowers that I got. So when I wasn't motivated to paint, I used it. So this was one of the things that was in there. So I put that one as first. So there you go. Take some of your artwork, cinch it up, and then go back. You have a book. So that way, when the people come to pack up your house after you're gone, they pack up your studio. At least things will be a little bit kind of not chaotic. They won't come and find a box of prints. So I've told my kids, you'll have books that you can either sell, but don't throw them away. But two of my granddaughters they're the recipients of my studio. So far they said that they are gonna, keep it and it can stay like it is. And when they come and visit, they'll create. So hopefully we'll see. I mean, somebody else will see. I won't be here to see. So what are y'all doing today? It's Saturday. It's hot. And if it's raining or if you are in a place where you smell the funk, it's not fresh air, it's funk. So it's either one end of the world is getting smoke and the other end of the world is getting water. Cuz I think in Atlanta it was raining. They were getting really really bad weather, I think. I'm going to pull out some different kind of brushes today. These are my grabby synthetic brushes. We're gonna slap some. Oh, Eddie, you got smoke there too? Oh, well, yeah, you in Boston. Yeah, you up that way. In Virginia, I heard got it. And then Crystal checked in with her daughter, my goddaughter, yesterday. She's good. But Maryland, they have it. Other granddaughter who's in West Virginia. Everybody up that way pretty much has it. So y'all kind of stay safe. And if you're in it where it's raining, don't go across the roads. You might think you can get through it, but don't. People are getting stuck in the middle because they think they can go across it. Look at this brush. Now these right here, this is a number 8. This is a number 7. But these are quills. All of these are quill brushes. So that's why they're different in their girth. Let's say that, right? Because you'd be like, that's a number 8, but it's a quill number 8, right? Okay, I had to put that on do not disturb. So we have a number 6, 7, 8, 3, a 0, and a 2. And then this is a quill that's by Tammy K, and it is a number I can't read. I think that's a number 1. So that's why I pulled it out, left it out. Yes, woke up with a headache today. Yeah. The heavy rain is washing away all of our smoke. Oh, okay. Rosemary. Now, Rosemary, where are you? Where are you located? And it's like the things that we have to go through seem like every year. Because I remember we're in Colorado, we had to go through the fires. All right. I'm gonna take the number 8. Oh, okay. Ohio. Nice, nice. I've been through Ohio. I think I have a coffee mug. Because y'all know I collect coffee mugs from cities that I have personally visited. Now, people were starting to give me coffee mugs. I was like, okay, well, I'll have coffee mugs for people who give me coffee mugs, but my coffee mugs I collect for when I had visited a country or visit wherever I personally visit, and if I run across a coffee mug. And one of my favorite coffee mugs came from Nebraska. Very, very pretty. Has a little handle on it. It is cute and has a little spoon. It reminds me of something from Europe. All right. So a quill watercolor brush is they're soft, right? And they're very, very absorbent brush that is designed to hold, as you can see, a lot of water and paint, right? Hey, Catherine, what are you doing up? I'll be listening and going back to sleep. I'm trying to tell you. Look, I'm trying to tell you. Y'all be up, boy. I was up at 3 a.m. this morning, but I was up, looked, and went right back to sleep. Something, I guess, woke one of the dogs up or moved about outside. I'm quite sure. And when they barked, I, of course, woke up because I got mama ears. All right, so see, we can put down a lot of water with a quill brush. I'm gonna let that go up there. This one's just gonna be all blue. Blue, blue, blue. Doesn't mean I'm blue. It means I'm happy and I love blue. And this is blue purple. I'm gonna put this one over here. Now, quill brush is also good for like large washes for backgrounds, right? But you can also use it for loose flowers, leaves, and maybe like some just strokes. Like it gives you a lot. But you don't have to you don't have to worry about keep going back into the water because it has a lot of room for water. The brush usually has a full belly, which this one, it like all this is why I like these. These I got from Grabby. They all are very, you know how if you ever played around with a quill brush, sometimes quill brushes have the center. It's not very full. Let me how I say that. It's not very full figure. It looks good on the outside, but these, the Grabby ones, it's like when you take the water and you can see it is holding on to the water, right? So even with this right here, these are good for making hydrangeas. So you can do flowers. Oh Lord, y'all hear the dog? Oh, y'all can't hear the dog, thank God. I wake up every morning between 2 and 4. I wish I could stop, but that's about my time too. Let's just drop that in there. I like that. So you're gonna drop it in there. See? And I didn't have to go back in because it's still holding a lot of water and it's holding the pigment. So quill brushes is another one that I would suggest if you're new to watercolor and you don't want to control watercolor. Like for real, for real. Like you just want to be very intuitive. Just kind of let the brush do its thing. You know, it's kind of like what Darcy says about paper. You know, if you don't like the painted papers, don't worry about it. Get some water after it dries and kind of go over it and make something else beautiful. But this is going to hold a lot of water, and all I'm doing is going back into the pigment because there's still water in the brush. And I probably can do maybe 2 or 3 of these without putting more water in here. I wish you can see it dripping. But it's a good trip to take with the quill brush and watercolor. And you don't have to worry about controlling it. Just let it do its thing, right? That's pretty. This could be something, this could be anything. I don't know. But we're not gonna worry about it at all. And the other thing I like this one, these are made from synthetic. I like the quill brushes with the synthetic fibers, but you can get them with natural hair or a blend. Natural hair usually holds more water, while my synthetic it was just for me to try it out, right? It was just a little less expensive. So that way I got to try it. And so then if I want to go down the rabbit hole of investing in them, then I know that I kind of like them, right? Because these I've had for 2 years and they're very durable. And these, like I said, I got from Grabby. They came in this cute little box with their own bag. So I don't keep them with the rest of my watercolors. These are all on their own little their little party tray. All right, I don't want to get rid of, look at that. See all that water? See how that water is moving? We can go and let it do whatever. Look at it. Look at it go. Look at it go. And then you kind of just pause, which I'm gonna pause it right there and put this over here so it can dry. We ain't gonna bother with that one for a while. Now I got a lot, still got a lot of paint on this brush. So what I'm gonna do is not waste it. So we're gonna come back on in. Now watch this. See? Still working. And rotate it around because it's still pigment in there. All the way down the page. Fills up a whole nother page because why? It's full of water. Purple is coming out. That's pretty. And I'm put it in there because that's a pretty. That is very much so beautiful. I love that. So that was that blue purple. Because y'all remember yesterday I made blue purple. Because I like blue purple. Let's put that over there. Because we're going to do something with these backgrounds. Going to make them pretty. But we're going to make backgrounds first. And for my gel printing folks, those that like do gel printing, this is another way. Have you a grabby, a big old grabby, to make backgrounds on maybe like a 8.5 by 12 or 9.5 by 12 watercolor paper, and you do the watercolor background, and then you pull with the then you get to put acrylic paint on there. Y'all saw we started the month off like that with our guest in the studio, so that's something else. Rosemary, wake up everybody. I got that one. It's okay. Such a okay. Got okay. I'm still. I want to make sure I'm still caught up. I don't want to be behind. I want y'all to have a conversation. But for those that are joining, if you're on Team Replay, welcome to World Watercolor Month, Day 18, bold in color. I just can't believe we're already on day 18. So what does that mean? That means July is almost gone, and it's going to be August. It's going to be Christmas in a minute. Oh, so for the month for this month, July, I hope everybody, if your spark isn't sparking, I hope you are still working on sparking it, like lighting it up, setting a fire to your butt, something like that. But do it healthy. Do it healthy. You have to protect the spark. Got to, because you don't want people to ignite your fire. You don't. All right, I'm gonna go in here. We're gonna wet up this one. I'm gonna put yellow all over. That's a beautiful yellow. Gotta go down here. Go down there. Just slap the paint literally on the paper. All over. Beautiful, beautiful background. Love it. Now watch this. I'm gonna take some of this and kind of put in there, drizzle it in there. Why? Because we can. Because it's our world. We can do what we want to. That's all. It's your thing. Out. Do what you want to do. Something like that. Y'all know. You know. Okay. Let me go back over here. Maybe. Let's take that off. This is a paper pack that I cut in half. The other half we used, those were the pages we used. So this end just happens to be still connected. Okay, we got yellow. Let's do orange. Orange. Let's do orange. Orange. Where's Ava Lee? Orange. Get that. I want this watery. Wet. Wake up. Really, really wet. Because orange is a very, very vibrant color. Last night I was gel printing. And because y'all know I'm over here trying to learn these stencil. And so I had cut a stencil, and orange and purple was the color. I only choose a color just to work, because other than that, I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission to do something. I wasn't just playing. I was trying to decide and trying to see where, how I need to do this or how I need to do that. When I pull it up off the plate, is it very sturdy? If it's not, it's just like, oh my goodness. But I had fun. So it was an orange and not purple. wasn't purple. It was, this one is violet. These are the two that I was using last night. Aren't they pretty? That's beautiful. That is a very, very beautiful background. Let's put that one over there. So we're collecting backgrounds because it's World Watercolor Month and we're being bold in color today. Violet, you're turning violet, violet. Hey, Yuda, how are you? Sounds like Halloween colors. Orange and purple, is it? I didn't think about that. I've been trying to stay away from Christmas in July. Like I ain't even been to, I didn't even go to Hobby Lobby because it's, it's Christmas. It's Christmas and they got Christmas, I think 50% off. I don't know. Okay, we got yellow, we got purple. I got my Daniel Smith out because I want to use these colors right here. And what is pink? It's not pink. It's called something else. But I can't remember. I'd have to pull it out to see. The Christmas they couldn't sell last year. Who? For Hobby Lobby, you think? Because Hobby Lobby put their Christmas like at 90%. I don't know. All them daggum bulbs. I know it was just a little depressing. I'm not a, how can I say this? I'm not a Christmas person. I was raised with that BS, Santa Claus. So therefore, I didn't raise my kids with that, you know. So much so, daughter number 3 went to school and told her kindergarten class that their mama goes to the store and buy all that stuff, and they don't know why they're writing these letters to this man who doesn't who isn't real. I was like, oh my goodness, no. All right, Eddie. And then I was just like, the teacher's like, well, we need to have a parent teacher conference. I was like, oh Lord, what is she teaching the class now? She taught the kids where babies came from. I was just like, oh, I mean, I just didn't lie to my kids. And unfortunately, I'm sorry, my kid, not mine was the one that was kind of the one to tell your kids there's no such thing as the tooth fairy and all this stuff. Now, it was great, but again, it was one of the things that when growing up, it was used in a negative way. Like I like Elf on the Shelf. Now that is very, I like that, but the way that they do stuff when I was in Germany and learned the way they do stuff overseas, it's a little different. So it's not to, well, if you're not good, Santa's not coming. I'm just like, well, hell, Santa ain't coming no way. You gonna be here every day, kind of thing, right? So, and then the one night, I think I was like 7, and I saw my aunt putting we didn't have a Christmas tree, and I'm just like, well, we only have lights in the window. And so we would go down this here, and then they continue lying. I was just like, oh goodness. So I said when I had my kids, I was not going to tell them that foolishness. And one doesn't have anything to do with the other. So I personally, I chose not to. Didn't. Hey, Ann Webb, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. That's it. You've been traveling back from Harrisburg. Need to catch up. Take your time, relax, don't rush. We ain't going nowhere. Yeah, you catch up. We got some new videos over there. I did record the last member for last month, so that's over there for you to watch that. But no stress. It ain't going nowhere. And then Sunday the 26th, we have our next Zoom meetup with my members. If you're a part of my membership over here on YouTube or on Patreon, then we meet once a month and hang out on Zoom and do. And last month I think we did, what we do? I forgot. I've slept a lot since then. a whole lot. And then I have two dogs here on the ranch that's in heat. So that's a whole little emotional roller coaster right there. Okay, we got orange. We got that turned out real good. I like that one. So let's do this purple right here. And the boys, of course, are going hog wild, and we're not mating because Sienna Grace, she was the last one to have puppies, so we're not mating. We don't do back to back. We give mamas a break. But Brandy is up next, and I haven't decided. We haven't decided if we're going to, um, you know, let them have a date, let them have a party. Her and Buster. We were talking about. Miss McCoy was talking about last night. I don't remember ever thinking stuff like Santa Claus is real, but it also didn't minimize how much I would enjoy Christmas. Yeah, so to enjoy Christmas without the, like we did enjoy Christmas. We did, because both of my children, my December babies, we used their birthday time. But we also, because we had seven children, we didn't use it as a time to make them feel like they had to have all the things. So like we had traditions. We would get a Christmas tree, a live Christmas tree for Joshua and Tanika's birthday. And then we would put it up as a family. Everybody had their own little thing to do. And I think that's why it was so hard once Tanika died. I didn't want to do anything because she was the lights. We would put the lights and we would put the lights in the tree, like around the tree. So it made it look like the tree was lit up, like it had, like you can buy them like this now, but we enjoyed doing it. Um, and now, Joshua's gone. So it just, I haven't done it. Zal, to tell you the truth, I haven't done it. And I really haven't done it because there's no one around me that really enjoyed it like they did. Portia, daughter number three, she does a great job at doing it, but she's created her own traditions. So, it's good on that. Hey, Alicia, how are you? Happy Saturday. Um, so we would enjoy each other, and it wasn't about running to the store. So the kids didn't get upset that there were no gifts under the tree, right? We did a lot of things like let them, if you're not playing with it, if you're not using it, we would take them somewhere they could drop them off so that somebody else can have. So it was good. Like now when Christmas comes around, we don't even call it like Christmas. We kind of have like, family, like I do family and friends time, like we, do for Thanksgiving. We do family and friends day because family and friends, we get together. And that way I get to let my grandmama, when she comes, she be like, well, who's these people? I said, well, grandmama, it's family and friends, so friends can come. Because she always think, well, I don't know these people. They're not our family. So when I moved here, I had to add friends to my gatherings. But when I go to her house, it's only going to be family. And that's how she was raised, because way back when they had to protect girls, and her daddy became a widower real early and had four girls. So he didn't need everybody at his house. And he introduced the girls. My grandma say he introduced the girls to people that were their relatives. And so my grandma kind of got it stuck. If you weren't a relative, you didn't need to be at the house. And so therefore, if you're not a relative, you don't need to be at the house. And I was like, well, grandma, a lot of my people that I consider family now are friends. So we've kind of loosened up a little bit. And then, once you get married, she includes the family, of the other. She said it was hard to include William's family because they were never around and she didn't know them. And I was like, well, Grandma, we're working on that. So the last couple times, when William's family did come, my grandma was happy to see, because she likes family. She likes family to be together. Hey, Zai, is that Zai? We have to ask. Zai likes Christmas, but Zai likes to have traditional Christmas. She likes to put up the all the Christmas trees. What's your favorite part of Christmas? Did I say brushes are? Oh yes, thank you, Cookie. That is the one. Yes, the grabby ones. If y'all like me, all these backgrounds. I've got one, two, three. This one is a little close. These are pretty. And then, oh, this one has dried a little bit. So I'm gonna go in. Let's move that one. I'll go in and put this. And you notice I haven't changed size. I'm with the same size. Let's see, what color? Oh, I got a lot of red over there. Let's do that. So, but I realized events, it wasn't about what was going on for me. It was about more so family just getting together. Because being the mother of seven kids, I always enjoyed, I was the only child, so therefore I hated um when those times came. I really, if my cousins, I didn't go with my cousins or wasn't here in Alabama, pretty much was alone. And so, having kids meant that now I got to share and pretty much have those little, y'all know, those little dreamy Christmases that I wanted for myself. I got to have with my kids. Now, when my kids were younger, it was easier. When them suckers got older, it's harder. I haven't had kids all together for Christmas in a mighty long time. And so that was a part of my life that I had to grieve. It's just like, hey, it's over. All right, move on. They got their own lives, they're doing their own things, and that's cool. So I'm back to being an only child. Because Mr. McCoy is like, sometimes he'll work and he'll work. It'll be a good deed because he'll work for somebody who has kids at home. So that's cool. We don't have to worry about that. But most of the time, my traditions that I have, I've introduced to him because he didn't have any traditions. They get together and don't nobody do nothing. So I didn't like that. And then when we were in Germany, we would go somewhere. I remember our 2010 Christmas, we were in Berlin. Oh, it snowed. So we were right out there at the Christmas markets though, getting that food. That's the best thing. Christmas markets. Oh my goodness. If you've never been to Europe and been to a Christmas market, I think the best Christmas market I ever went to was in Heidelberg. The one in Berlin was amazing, but oh, so I told Mr. McCoy, maybe one year we can go, go because like I said, we don't hang out with family as a whole. Everybody has their own thing, and that kind of, again makes me sad. But I'm okay with it now. I used to didn't be okay. I used to get real sad. So that's another one of those things that emotional intelligence is helping me be self-aware of how I've been needing to give myself compassion, be very compassionate with myself, right? So that I can continue having healthy relationships with my children because they are choosing to live their life. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely positive, nothing wrong. I would be a bad mother if I'd be like, hey, y'all need to come here. I want you here. That just wouldn't be cool. They're grown. All of them. Everybody grown, good and grown. So no, I'm not going to tell them that they have to do that. Slide and paint on paper. Will you mention again how much water, paint, the brushes retain? Yuda was here earlier. Oh, okay. Um, Zai says having family around, it makes me feel happy. Yes, yes, yes. Oh yes, I remember the snow praise. Oh yes, I remember the snow. Yes, so the snow house, Zai calls the house in Colorado the snow house. And that was the last time I can say I had. Pretty much, yeah, that was the last time I had, yeah, because Joshua was, that was our last, was that our last Christmas with him? 'Cause I was little. No, she wasn't too little, but she was little. Maybe 5, I don't know, but I had me talking about children. So Joshua was there, Portia was there, Nicole was there. That's been a minute because they went skiing. I don't know. I'm trying to think now. Or as I might be thinking about when we went to the mountains. But either way, we had some great times in Colorado. But now that my kids don't want to get together with each other no more, I'm just over it. I'm okay. I don't have to be home. And um, To tell you the truth, if I put up lights or if I put up a Christmas tree, it's part of my grief journey. I'm doing it because that means I'm feeling real sad when Christmas comes in, because like I'll put it up the day after Thanksgiving and then it'll be up and I'll feel it, but then I'm just like watching it sit up there and then nobody being in the house, it makes me sad. So then I'll take it down like before Christmas even get here and then be like, okay, let's go somewhere. Like last year, Mr. McCoy and I, we went to the beach, got in the car, drove to the beach, and I was just as happy as a pig in slop. Okay, let me go back. So, Judah, here's the thing. I got these quill brushes. All of these are quill brushes in different sizes that I have. These happen to be by Grabby. So these are synthetic. And they have, I like the grabby ones because they're full body. They got brushes all the way in the middle. They don't just have brushes like, hair around and then got a couple in the middle. These are all the way through. So they hold a lot of water. And I've been using the number 8 to create all these backgrounds. So let's just like, see, I got all of this right here. So see, we got water till it's dripping, right? It's holding a lot of water. So we got that. And then I'm going to squeeze off some. And then still, let's go over here and get that red so you can see. Then we're going to go in. And this can cover up this whole page because it's full of water. And then all I'm going to do is go back in for the pigment because I want this to be pigmented. But see, water is still there. So it holds a lot of water. You turn it over, it holds a lot of pigment. I like these and I like playing with them. And the smaller ones, of course, you're going to see what the smaller ones are going to do because we've created these beautiful backgrounds. Where can we go? But when can we go back to Colorado? Azalea, you know what? I'm going to plan a trip for us to go back to Colorado because we can go back to Colorado anytime because we still have our mountain um, property there. We can go to Breckenridge because I'm quite sure that's where you want to go, to Breckenridge, where you can get in the pool and you can play and we can eat ice cream and we can walk. And then it's even better when it snows. So maybe not this year because it won't snow until around November, December. A really good powder comes usually the new year. But we'll look into it. Azalea, we'll look into it. I'll look into it for us, okay? Promise. I promise I'll make a trip. We'll make a trip. Now we're not going, yeah. And that's the other thing about it. I be wanting to drive, but you have to worry about the weather all the way through. So we might have to just get on a plane. I might have to just suck it up and get on a plane. But then if I do drive, then I can get to go through and see Mariah. Like we can, because we go through, going back to Colorado, we go through, literally go through outskirts of Dallas, and maybe we can make a plan and pick up Maya. We'll see. We'll see. We'll plan it out. Tell your mama we'll get together. Okay, we'll do that. All right. Okay, Judah, did that answer? Judah, did that answer? Give you enough information about that for about the big brushes? About the quills. They're called quills. And we got all these backgrounds. Even this one's kind of wet, so let's go in with a smaller one. Let me take it out the water. You gotta squeeze it. And so this is, let me see if you can see this. The other thing is I usually squeeze the water out so you get all that water out so it can dry. That was a lot of water. Still in the brush. Let's put that one there. And I'm going to come back in with let's use a number. Let's see, a number. Do I have a 4? No, I have a 2, 3, and a 0. Well, let's use number 2. Let's do the 2. Quills are fun to play with though. And I'm going in with our green. Let's spray it down. Wake it up. Wake up. Wake up. Little Susie, wake up. It's time to play. Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play? Hey, Carl Miller. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Oh, let's put this, let's I kind of want this to still be a flower because that's what I want. So I'm going to do my best to kind of use my anointed imagination and let it be one big old flower that kind of sits in this background. So see, the quill still does its thing, but look at that brush when you lay it down. Let's put some more water in there to let that do its thing. And then come over on this side. And get that, put some more. There we go. Okay. So the smaller brush gives you more smaller lines, thinner lines. You get to see. Um, all right, watch me work. Let's watch me work. Let's play with this. We got to go back to our Rosa Gallery because that's our Rosa Gallery beautiful turquoise phthalo blue. I think it's phthalo or emerald, something like that. All right, I'm going to kind of go around, just go around, bringing it together, connecting it like so. Shoot some of that. And then once you bring it together, now we start getting a little definition. I'm going to come in with let's use a blue. Because it's our flower, we can do what we want to, right? Kind of just start dropping things in there, right there. Gonna leave some white space. We're not scared of the white space. It doesn't scare us. We like having white space. But if you don't like having white space, then cover it up. Putting this down. And remember, I always say don't start a project with the ending in mind. And then if you start the way this, if you start with how can I say this? If you start with the end in mind, you're going to frustrate yourself. And I'm speaking for me personally. I would frustrate the heck out of myself because I just wanted to slap paint on paper. I wanted not to control the water, not to I just wanted to find something easy to do. And slapping paint on paper just made me happy, right? So, but then once I start making flowers, it's just like, oh, I want this kind of flower. I want it to be shaped like this. I want it to be shaped like that. So I spent more time trying to paint what I was thinking the end was going to look like. Frustration came in. So I had to give myself a lot of grace. When I say a lot of grace, I had to give myself a lot of grace. And so I kind of maybe want to challenge you a little bit, especially if you're new to watercolor, is don't worry about it. Just kind of be in the moment with it. Let the brush do its work. And that's another thing I love about these grabbies because there's so much water. If you want to just slap paint on paper and make out, let's put this over here and let it dry. Hey, Graham, how's watercolor coming, Graham? That looks cool, Karen. I like those blues. Oh, thank you. It's doing a good job. You have to look, scroll back a little bit and see what it looked like a minute ago. Looked like a big blow up, but I didn't care. I trust the process that I know in the end. I mean, it could have turned out to be two watermelons sitting in a field, right? But when you trust yourself and my goal was to get my joy, my spark, like figure out what the heck was going on, right? I knew my joy was in there. I just needed to trust the process. So slapping paint on paper just worked out real good for me, right? And when you're reclaiming that beauty flowing beneath all of life and everything that remember when you thought about that thing that gave you a spark in the beginning that made you smile from ear to ear? Not because life was perfect, but because you decided that your peace mattered and you were just going to sit and create and just find, your happy place. Remember what I did yesterday? This started out, if you were here yesterday, oh my goodness, this was a whole thing. As the preachers say, this was a whole sermon. You could have passed the plate and hopefully you'd have got lifelong lessons out of it. But after I painted the butterflies, right? And then I was taking a picture. So I stood it up and not realizing when I left it was still wet. But look, does that not look like the butterfly is crying? Like the tears that came down, like that looks like a teardrop, and that looks like a teardrop rolling down. And remember what we had a beautiful painting up under here, and I just slapped some gesso on it. Now, if you want to go check that out, look at yesterday's live. It was a very, very good live, if I have to say so myself. I felt very good after I finished with that live yesterday. And what that means is I gave my heart a lot of what I was doing. I dropped a lot of it on the table. And that's why I'm saying when you reclaim your spark, renew your joy, and rediscover who you are in the midst of everything that's going on in this world today, usually you're going to find out that you're still here. You still have breath in your body. You still love yourself. You still have love in your heart. You just you just got to put some boundaries up and even, gosh, you got to even put boundaries up for yourself and allow whatever to move through your body one chapter at a time. I consider my chapters each month when I go, it's like, oh, I made it through the day. And then now I can be like, oh, I made it through the month. And so now it's been 7 years. Oh, I made it through the years. And it's been 7 years since my son and 19 years since my daughter and granddaughter. So it's like, I feel joy. And I look at, yes, life has been rough, right? But my spark has grown me. It's turned me into a better person. I felt so yesterday I felt so alive. So alive. Hey Becky. Hey Carol. Carol, my internet is iffy. What we got going on? You got bad weather, Carol? Becky, what's going on? Graham, how I say Graham G. Where me back up? I feel like I missed something. I'm great at getting wet blobby shapes. Watercolor and I are struggling. Are you trying to control the water, Graham? Are you? I mean, it's okay if you are. Remember, we're talking about self awareness, self management. So if you are, acknowledge that you are. And then once you acknowledge that you are, you talk to your hands and just be like, relax, just relax. So, and those blobs turn into something great. I am missing stuff. I had to go make sure I talked to my nephew before he left for work. He was gone all day yesterday. Oh, Zal, you're not missing too much. We just slapping paint on paper. Hubby took me to breakfast, then yard sales. What you find? You found anything? I've been awake since 7 a.m. Now that's different for you, Becky. I'm not used to seeing the sun in that spot in the sky. Yeah, because if anybody knows, Becky's a night owl. Like we could do a lot of hanging, but Becky be wanting to be up after 8, and I be going to bed after 8. That's why my daughter called me the other night. She's just like, "What you doing?" I'm in the bed. What you mean? What I'm doing? She's like, "Well, Mama, I didn't know, girl. What you calling this late for? I'm not used to seeing your number call my phone. I get kind of paranoid when I get phone calls like 9, 10 o'clock at night. It just makes my heart start beating." So after she said, "Oh, what she wanted," and I was just like, "All right, well now let me get my blood pressure down and calm down." And whew, I had to get up and go just relax and get me a shot. I had to take got me a shot of whiskey and sat down. Cause that phone call. This is the daughter that don't call nobody after 6 o'clock. So for her number to come across, the first thing my mind went to was something bad. Just saying. So I had to calm myself down. And what better way to calm myself down was, I had a shot of brandy. That's what it was. Just got a little shot, just a little, just a little. And then I relaxed and took some deep breaths, and I acknowledged to myself that scared the hell out of me, right? Because I have to give myself permission to feel the feels, and I needed to feel that, and then I needed to let it go, and that made life a whole lot better. Becky said I got some great tablecloths for my retreats and some blankets for the animal shelter. Oh, that's nice. She did animal shelter and a 3D printed hand in the shape of a Vulcan statue. You have to send me a picture of that. I can't picture that. I can't picture that. And you say a Vulcan statue. Yeah. Text me. Send me. Let me see what that looks like. So I won't be ignorant to the fact. I like to be knowed up on things. Other than that, if I'm not, and I'm a little ignorant to the fact of what we're talking about, right? Okay, I don't think nobody put in the chat what my poem was from, or did I miss it? Cookie, did I miss it? Let me scroll back. Or if you did, put it in chat again. I just feel like I didn't get it. Didn't get it. And I done scroll back a good little bit. And you know the chat will only let you go back so far. Vulcan statue. Oh, a Vulcan salute, not statue. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, like the hand, like Spock, like that. Yes, I'm not ignorant as I thought I was. You didn't miss it. Nobody added the author. Did nobody know the author of my poem? Or nobody just wanted to put it in? Like nobody? Really? Oh, thank you, Saul. Jeez, I was like, wait a minute. I love my poem, The Road Not Taken. Oh, goodness. Okay, got you. I got it. I got it now. Wasn't that Mr. Spock on um Star Trek? Cookie, I know okay, you were waiting on others. Thank you. Thank you. Graham said, oh yes, Robert Frost. Okay, I got it. Saul gave it to me. I just wanted to know. Thought I was hoping it was Frost, but I couldn't remember the first name. Thanks, so. Yeah, I love that's one of my favorite is well, it really became one of my favorites after I got grown because the road not taken, it made a lot more sense. You know, and I had to learn it like in high school. I think I was in the 10th grade. It just didn't make a lot of sense because two roads diverged in a yellow wood. Why is the woods yellow? Like it's just like okay, fine. And then of course the teacher wanted me to expound. I was like, listen, I just learned it. I don't know. But then when I went to college, I became an English major, and then we kind of went down for literature, and we went more into poems and things, and had to write our own poems, and it made a little bit more sense. So I was just like, okay, I have miles to go before I sleep is my favorite. Yes, a miles to go before I sleep. That's another one. Like when you think of that in itself, two roads diverged, right? And sorry, I could not travel both. Right? You couldn't travel both. Like, think of what we're doing in art. Remember, we heal. Well, this is Create Joy Studio. We heal one brushstroke at a time. We can't do two brushstrokes with one hand. I mean, if you get creative and you take a brush and then you take another brush, but with one brush, it's one brush stroke at a time, right? And then it says something like, and both that morning equally lay. So it was just good. Graham asks, is it better to put water on the paper first, then pigment, or do it dry? Seems like you get better colors if the paper is wet first. Graham, I'm gonna tell you like this. It's personal preference. It's personal preference. Now I've made all these backgrounds. We did all the flowers. I usually do just. I don't want to tell you. I can only show you what I do, but I've learned that it's personal. It's what you like when it comes up. Now all of these are backgrounds where I just slap down with this quill brush, and you trust the process, and they turned out very very beautiful. Um, Yeah, Stopping by the Woods. I had to learn that one too. So that's why Robert Frost was one of the first ones that I really, really delved into. And there's another one too. I can't think of his name right now. But the meanings of life I got after. So and then we did that one, and then we did this one. So this one right here, Graham, was wet 42. I think I still have the book, The Road Less Traveled, on the bookshelf, so I was trying to not get the two authors mixed up. Feel like I'm gonna write that poem, parts of that poem out. That's Karen for your tips. Super Appreciation Day. I think I'm trying to think of it of how I can really answer. Is it better to put water on the paper first, then pigment, or do it dry? Now, when you say do it dry, when you say do it dry, you're not doing it dry. You're gonna have water somewhere. It's gonna either be in your brush. Your brush is gonna be wet. You're gonna be done sprayed your pigment down. You're gonna dip it in there. This is where I feel like it's personal choice because I just put a lot of pigment on this brush. That means when I go over here, that's a lot of pigment for that one flower, right? So what I can do is now I'm gonna take this one, I'm gonna go over there because I still got a lot of pigment in this brush. See, this quill does very good at holding what? A lot of pigment. So then I'm gonna keep working not with pigment, but now with just water. Just water. Because why? We got a lot of pigment right here on already on our thing. So we're just going to move that around, move that right there, and then drop some water right there so that can move. And we're going to come down there and we're going to move that pigment around. See how we're getting those blooms? Then we put some of that pigment over there. So that's why I say it's a personal. Now, wet on wet, I like wet on dry. Wet on wet, I have to, is what we did here. I started out wet and wet, or wet on wet is when you spray it. So you spray, that's wet, now wet, and you drop it down. Does it make it better or worse? I don't know. It's what you want. That's a lot of water on there. That's a little card. Now y'all see why I don't do them little cards. Just don't give me. But I can already see the flower that's gonna be there. So it's really a personal thing. And Graham, I would just keep suggesting, keep playing with the water, keep playing with the water. And if you like the way it looks, so if you're telling me right now you're only coming up with blobs and you're not happy with it, then I would say use a little less water, keep pulling back on the water until the water, it's kind of like a recipe when you cook, right? Road Less Traveled book is a psychology book. The Robert Frost poem is The Road Less Traveled. Uh-oh, where'd it go? I read it already. So I learned more about Robert Frost in college. And I think I opened up my mind more for myself. So I guess you can say some of the things we've learned, you go back and where you are in life today. Because me and my daughter was talking about something. And she's like, well, you got to admit, you got to say, you got to give it this, you got to give it. I was like, no, I'm talking about it from a place now, where I am now in the mental capacities of my brain right now, who I am right now. I wouldn't have done that at 19, 18, or whatever I was, right? I wouldn't have done it because right now, in this brain right now, I just have a little bit more knowledge. And not that I know what happened or how it turned out, it's just that right now, I feel like I'm wiser now. So I just don't want, I wouldn't make some of and I'm not going to call them mistakes. I just wouldn't make some of the decisions that I made based on what I know now. All right, so see right here, we still got pigment up there. I'm still going up there for that flower to feed this flower down here. So even when you put a lot of pigment down, you can still pick it up and move it somewhere else. That's the fun part about watercolor. Oops, got that backwards. One sec. Road Less Travel is a psychology book from the 80s and 90s. Robert Frost quote is from The Road Not Taken. I think I got what you were saying. I got what you're saying. I do. I do. Maybe y'all talking about that in the chat. All right. Okay, so we got that straight. Now, Graham, did you tell me what kind of blobs you got? That concludes the Robert Frost trivia. I'm happy for it. Once again, y'all know I like being stimulated. I feel like we could have these conversations all day long. I love it when people like I don't have to explain. Well, who is Robert Frost? Like that's why I was like, wait a minute, did y'all not know? I knew you knew. And then there was another one. So Graham, there's another one. He's old. He's an older. Well, he's old, like back in the day. Um, can't even remember one of his daggone poems. Oh Lord. Uh, Goodness gracious, I cannot. Tennyson? I don't think it's Tennyson. No, I don't think so. I'm gonna have to get out, break out my poetry, my poetry book, because I don't like everything about all of them. It's just maybe one or two lines that maybe back in the day hit me. So I have to, it's like the Bible. I go back and read it again so I can have a fresh revelation. I like that. Okay. I think it's a lot. I think it's like I put the paint down and then it spreads out a lot and mixes with other colors and turns brown. Okay, so you do Walt Whitman. That's it. That's him. Walt Whitman. Yes. Yes. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Listen. Listen. When I tell you Walt Whitman, I threw some Walt Whitman on Mr. McCoy. He wasn't ready for it. Just like, what in the world? What you talking? Kind of thing. I think it's grass. Something about some grass. I think it is. So I'm gonna give you little tidbits, and then you go from there, Graham. I think it's something about grass. Um, that's one of them. But let me okay. So Graham, it sounds like you are doing wet water. So that's wet on wet. And now, even though it turns brown, once you let it dry, you still can come back in with brighter colors once it's dried and do that. So let me show you. Let's walk that out because that's a good one. So you pick a color. Give me three colors that you've used. Grams, just pick three colors and I'm put them on here. And then we're gonna walk it out. We're gonna have to let it sit. We're gonna turn it brown because that's where I love brown. Oh, and then I know there's another one, the captain one, my captain, oh Lord. Um da, 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 something. Anyways, I'm not gonna hurt my brain right now because I will, because I'm on watercolor. Okay, so you do blue, green, and purple. All right, let's do it. Do it. And I'm gonna use a bigger brush. I'm gonna use a number 3. Actually, I'm not gonna use the quill. I'm not, because that will be a little different. I'm gonna use a number 8 regular brush. No quill, just a regular round brush. Okay, so we're using blue, green, and purple. So we're gonna blue. Now, do you spray the page? Do you put water on the page first? Walk out what you do. I'm gonna do exactly what you do, and we're gonna walk it out. Walk it out. Walk it out. Hey, west side walk it out. East side walk it out. Now walk. That's a little crystal. I know she would be a whole lot louder than me. I had to get some water. Val, you know, walk it out. That was one of my favorite. I like that song. I like the music. Oh, Captain, My Captain was Walt Whitman's elegy for a. Was it? Didn't know that. Huh. I did not know that. Okay, Graham got all the you are definitely the encyclopedia of it thing. Okay, I spray the paper, then put the paint down. All right, so let's spray the paper. I'm gonna spray, spray, spray. 3 sprays. I'm gonna put blue. Just gonna put blue. Just like so. Clean my brush. Um, what was that? Purple. Let's go in here with purple. I'll go right there. Go right there. I probably have learned how to do this so much that it probably will not do its thing. Maybe I need to put some more water on it. There we go. That looks like a beginner's page. You're trying to just do all the things. Oh, that's pretty though. Oh, that's pretty. All right, and then my other color was green, right? Mm, hey, where is that? Y'all done took the chat up that much? Uh-oh. No. Oh, blue. We did blue. We did purple. Now we gotta do green. Like maybe like we're putting some leaves on there. We come in and put some leaves, kind of like right there, and kind of slap some leaves right there. I'm trying my best to blob it out. It's not gonna work for me because I know how to control it now. Or maybe it's not. But it's so pretty though. This is beautiful. Graham, yours look anything like that? Hey, Dorothy, how are you? Welcome to Create Joy Studio. Let's go in there. I'm trying my best to make it blob out, but that is beautiful. I'm just saying. Does yours look anything like that, Graham? Is that what you're saying? Or do you mix up some more stuff? Because I'm just saying, I like that. And I usually don't like that on wet. Nope. Mine are not that pretty. Okay, so let me do this. Let's spray it some more and let it get all. I don't know how to make it. I think, Graham, here's the thing. I think I've just learned how to control what I be doing. I guess. But that's beautiful. I really like that. And I usually don't like wet on wet, but probably couldn't do it again. But Graham said his don't look that good. I'll practice more. So I'm gonna let this dry because that's a lot of wet. Now, but here's the thing, Graham. I want you to know because these colors are wet, they are still moving about the page. So it might get to be a big blob, but right there, I put it down. So it's because it's coming together. So we're gonna let it dry. We're gonna move it over here. We're gonna let it dry. I'm gonna sit it flat so it can dry flat. Try to sit it flat. But that's what I'm saying. I want you to learn the process. I mean, trust the process and then go from the ugly because the ugly turns into something beautiful, right? So let's kind of do I like that. Let's do that again. Oh, let me spray the page. Now spraying the page is what I've done in the past. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, that is just so beautiful. Look at. You can't tell me that that's not pretty. I mean, you can, but I might not be listening to you. And then move the water, kind of move it where you want it, but it's going to do what it wants to do. And you just kind of manipulate it with the brush a little bit. Or depending on how much paint, how much water you put on the page. See, that looks like 4 flowers even still, right? I'm thinking that is what is happening, Graham. Too much water. Yeah, because when you put too much water on, it still can be beautiful. That's what I'm saying. Don't let it bother you, right? Because even this here, what we're missing green in here. So let's come back in and put some green. Now this is all wet. And so because we want some leaves, we're going to go and pop some leaves in there. Pop some leaves right there. Let's put a leaf in there. Pull that out. You see, it's just going to do its thing. And I personally think because I've learned how to work my brush and work the water, I just don't go into the water. Now I used to. I used to be like, now why did that turn like that? Let me see if I can do what I used to do. I used to be like, I wanted this like this. Then that would all go together. Then I get some more water on my brush, which I didn't need because I got enough water on the paper. Usually when you got this much water on the paper, you don't need to go back into your water in your cup. Just keep moving the water on the paper around. All right, so we got that. Pull that out of there. That's going to blend with that. This is definitely different from me. Thank you, Graham. This is different. This is definitely making me feel like when I started. That's and here's the other thing. That's what let me know that I didn't like wet on wet. And so I had tried my best to not hate it. And the only way that I could not hate it was I had to trust the process, work through it so that it could be my friend. Right? So now I can do wet on wet with no problem. Now we got this one. Those colors are pretty. I will say this is turning out very, very pretty. But see, we got all that water right there. I'm going to move it because my paper just did its thing. Well, if you got puddles like that, you don't have to wait on it to dry. You just kind of get your paper towel and just dab it off a little bit. Just a little bit. Not too much. Because sometimes you like those the way that's going to look. But that's turning out pretty doggone good right there, if I may say so myself. And that one. Those are some pretty colors. So this is what let me know doing something like that let me know that I couldn't control the water. So what I needed to do was use less water. So I stopped spraying my paper. And then I started wetting, juicing up my paints, wetting my brush, and making sure it wasn't too wet. Dab it off to get the excess off of there. Make sure, it's because we got water in the brush. And then we're gonna come over here, we're gonna grab color, which has water and pigment in, right? Then you're gonna come over here on a dry piece of paper, lay that brush down, let that pigment do its thing. And whatever you're doing, I'm usually doing flowers, so I'm just gonna let the brush go. And then I'm gonna lay the body of the brush down so I can get some more water because that's where the brush is gonna have it. It's gonna kind of store it in the body, depending on the kind of brush you got too. Remember, these quills are gonna be full of water. That's why I went back to a regular brush, right? So when you come up, then if that's too pigmented, you might be okay, that's too pigmented. Then you go back into your water and kind of mix over here, see what you got, the color, get a little bit more of the color because I want the color, but you kind of drop the water down, right? And then you look at it and you be like, okay, which one do you like? Do you like that one, which is a little watery, or do you like that one, which is pigmented? Or you put a whole lot of water on your brush and then lay it down and say, or do you like the water version? So you can do it all in one swoop with one stroke with one flower. And that's personally how I decided that I like to have my flower pretty pigmented. And then I come around the outside and let it, then I take some pigment, right? And then kind of go around, drop it in the wet so they can kind of become one with the flower. So you're putting a little bit in there because the water is there. And that's how I learned that I learned what I like. So that's why I say, Gramp, don't stress over it. You're learning. And it's just like when you started out with school, you didn't know everything. You had to learn little bit by little bit. Like now you're a walking encyclopedia, right? So you had to start somewhere. Now I'm gonna take this because I don't like this. This looks like an upside down flower, so I'm gonna take some of that water and I'm just gonna lay it down, lay all that water down to kind of make it look like one big old flower. And I'm only going to use water. I'm not going to put any more pigment on my brush because what? We got enough. And that could be one big old blob flower because that's what it looks like to me. But am I going to worry about it? No. Give yourself permission to just relax and enjoy each brushstroke. And if you start getting frustrated, then back up, let it dry, and then come back and look at everything that's on your desk and be like, okay, well, I did better today than I did yesterday, or I did better today than I did last week. You know what I mean? Don't stress it. Don't stress. Yep, I'm going to try. Dry paper first, yeah. And then just go back and forth and see what you like. Because I really truthfully think that wet on wet is a beautiful technique, but you have to know how to handle that water. And I personally, it will frustrate me. Now I probably can sit up. Let's take a color we can see. Let's take red. And I'm gonna do a rose because roses, I can really show you my roses. So we start out in the center, right? Start out in the center with more pigment. Then you kind of go around, right? See, that's a lot of water. Water and pigment, and you lay it down, right? And come right there because I wanted to touch and come around and start same thing, touch a little bit halfway, right? And put some more water on there because when I touch it, I want it to bloom out, right? And I'm gonna clean my brush and I'm just gonna keep going around because it's already, see, that's what wet on wet does. You get to do stuff like that. Those natural blooms, you just can't make them up. And then you go back in if you want some more. When I want some more, I'll come back in and kind of just drop some pigment in there, right? Right there, let that go and make it have a very defined outside line somewhere right there. Then that starts giving it body, starts defining the rose. And when you do a rose, you can't be scared of the wet space. I mean, the white space, right? That is wet on wet. My version of wet on wet. Now there's some people that do wet on wet, like Emma LaFay. She is a like master at wet on wet. Tammy Faye, she does good. There's a lot of people that do real good wet on wet, but I get frustrated sometimes. And so when I sit up and really think about it, it's just like, hey, okay, you're going to start right there. You're going to put it down. You're going to let it go. And then you're going to come back over here, which is why I keep all my water. Because when I do wet on wet, Lord knows I can use my water because I have a lot of pigment in there. So you come down and you want to touch. Because when you're doing wet on wet, you want to see those colors go together. So that's another thing. If you know that's what you like, then you want to do that. You want to come through there and kind of let that do its thing, and right, and then those colors usually combine. So wet on wet is cool too. Well, hello there, Mr. McCoy, how are you? I feel like I gotta go back, I'm missing things. Did I miss anything? If y'all got anything, remember at slap paint on paper so I can see it. It brightens, it shows me my thing. I will click. It will click. Yeah, it will click. Like Karen says, it's only paint and paper. Don't be afraid to experiment, enjoy the journey, and don't compare your work to others. Saul, I think you're listening. You're hearing it, right? Mr. McCoy, I'm quite sure you're not well rested. You probably can still lay there a little bit longer. You have what? It's 1:30. Oh yeah, you can get up now. Mr. McCoy is visiting his dad. So we're hoping he rests and take this time. See, he can't, when he's off, he can't go and grab the weed eater right now. We want him to rest. So everybody tell Mr. McCoy in the chat, rest, Mr. McCoy. Take this time to rest. I keep trying to tell him if he work himself to death, I got to bring somebody else up there on the ranch to work this land. So we might want to rest himself up and don't be all wore out. Because we're gonna have a party when he get back. And is. Now I'm gonna spray this flower. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Look at that. Look at, watch this, watch this, watch this, watch this. Look it, and just let it do its thing. Kind of move the water into a leaf shape, right? Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, Graham. Don't be scared. Let it do what it do. Just whoop, slap that down. Watch this. Watch this. Put that paint right there. Get some more. Put it there. Move it. Move that water into a leaf shape. Move it, move it, move it, move it. Boom. Look at that. My blob turned into something beautiful. Mr. McCoy, the word for the day is rest. That's right. Enjoy your time with your dad. That's right. So my problem is that I cannot forget that paint and paper cost money that I currently don't really have. I cannot stop seeing the dollar sign. Sal, there'll be a box waiting for you when you get home. Don't worry about it. Because I want you to have fun. And Lord knows I got enough paper. We won't even talk about it. I got enough paper to last me for about 2, 3 years. I don't have to buy any more paper for at least. I could paint every day, 2 times a day, 3 times a day. So this is what I do. Y'all see, I take this and I cut my pads in half. So don't worry about it. I want you to have fun. And I like your cards. I want you to make some more cards so you can put your cards out there for sale. But I do get it. I do get it. That's why I told Linda Ville. Linda Ville said she needed some more something. I forgot what she said in Bitty Penny's thing. I said, no worries, a box will be on your way. Because here's the thing, guys. Instead of me giving it away to the thrift store, like if you want it, you can use it. Ask Lynn. Lynn will tell you, I'll send you a box. And then I know it's gonna go to somebody that's gonna use it. So yeah. What Di says over at Messy Palette, use it or lose it. So don't worry, I want you to have fun. But see, look how that came back. I sprayed it, wet it up, and I like that. That is very much so beautiful. Now we sprayed the inside and we're gonna move it around because I want it to not be so blobby. So we're gonna move the blob, just give the blob a little bit more direction, right? There we go. And then I'm gonna take some color, different color, and kind of splat right there to give it a little bit. Maybe that shouldn't have been the one, but we're gonna let that be. We already in. Just kind of lay that brush down and just lay that color in the wetness. Even right there, we're going around, move that green around. So it doesn't matter. Then we're gonna go back. Let's get a little blue. So just oh, and another one that that gave me permission to take my ugly, like if you have an ugly painting, and Christy Rice. Now Christy Rice gave me permission to embrace my ugly. Because by the time I would have made something that would have been probably like this. See how that's all come together now? She gave me permission. She told me like, hey, give yourself permission to say it's ugly if you don't like it. Right? And right now, I kind of like it, but in my mind, I can see what it's gonna be. Right? Hey Lively, how are you? Ooh, so cute. Beautiful art, color junk journal items. Thank you. I stopped trying to paint to look exactly. Yes. Yeah, that's what I want. I just want y'all to have fun. Like, even when you go over to other people's channels, if they're being a little too stringent and within the lines, just kind of listen for knowledge, because we don't want to be ignorant to the fact of things. We want to learn things, but sometimes we have to make some mistakes so that we can see either we like it or we don't. Because sometimes when I be at PMR Studio, like some of the things they tell me not to do, I be like, I'm gonna do that because I might like that. Because I like the grunge look. I like the way, I'm gonna let this dry because I can keep going in and adding. But this is gonna be very beautiful. Look how that is turning like an orangish color. And then I put blue on the outside. And so the other thing I've learned with watercolor is don't overwork it. Don't overwork it. So we're going to let this all dry. So I'm going to pull this off, right? We're going to move it over here to the side. We're going to pull this one back. Now with this right here, let's see if we're dry. Let's see which one is dry. This one is dry enough. Graham, is this a little bit more? Is this it? This is working? Did this get like it? Right? I kind of wish I could make a card right now, but I'm not around my supplies. So when I get an idea for a card, I write it down so I can remember to make it when I get back home. That's nice. I like that. However, Karen, you're saying that when that dries, you can paint some more over it. Yes. Yes, and I'm going to do that on this live. So we're going to let it dry because right now, if you keep putting paint on there, it's going to keep saturating the paper and it's not going to, it's just going to keep blending. And that's cool if you want that. But I want you to see how when you have the water and it's a mess, like it's still going to turn into something beautiful. Like these. Like these. So these are dry. This one, we're going to work with this one because, wait, which one is dry, dry? This one is drier. And the other thing, y'all know I don't use heating tools on my watercolors. I let them naturally dry. This one's dry enough. So I'm gonna go back in with the brush and let's pick blue. We're gonna work with blue. Purple is up there, blue is down here. I'll work with blue. And I'm gonna go and mix up some blue over here in my tin. I'll put some watery, make it watery right here. That's another thing. You have to decide what you want it to look like because sometimes if you don't put enough pigment, then it's going to leave a little streaky dry, which leaves you like cauliflower looking. That's what it, if you don't like that, then make sure over here is, and you usually can tell because it doesn't have those little, what is called, craisins in the pan. Hey, Bridget. Hey, Bridget, can I show people what you did? Because Bridget sent me something. It was so pretty. Okay, so remember, I put the blob here, I sprayed, sprayed, sprayed. So this has no definition right now, right? Doesn't have no definition. What do you see? I feel like as a counselor, if I was a psychiatrist, be like, so what do you see? Tell me what you see. Remember the blobs when they open up? So tell me what do you see? Hey Karen, yes, that is looking more like my blobby creations, but yours are cool blobs. Mine look like okay, so what about this one? Yeah, so that there you go. Now this one I can see my flowers, but okay, so here's the thing. So this is what I'm saying, Graham. You can still take this blobby blob and make it into something beautiful. Had to water the garden. Oh, welcome back, Alicia. You can still turn this into something beautiful. So I got blue on my paintbrush, right? And we got it, right? So I'm gonna try to decide first where's the center. This is gonna be something, that's gonna be something. So I'm gonna kind of grab my brush and just kind of go up there and just kind of start making it look like what I think I want it to look like. But again, still not stressing. That's a leaf, so we kind of can go right there. And this is a whole thing over here. Bring it all together, right? Put a little bit more pigment. That'll be the butt right there, the butt going up against that, right? And I'm gonna leave that alone because that could be a nice center, right? So now we're defining, giving it its what we think we want it to be. And because I'm a flower girl, it's gonna be a flower, right? Now we come down here and I have pigment, more pigment, not watery pigment, but some meat on it. There we go. So you can see it. So you see already it's turning into something great. So I'm not going back in my water here. I'm going over here because this palette is nice and wet. Got enough water in it for me. Um, and since we got that one there. I kind of like this over here, so we're just gonna kind of lay that brush down a little bit right there. Not a lot. I like this. I'm not mad at that. Like the white space. Kind of just gonna give it a little bit for petals. There we go. There we go. See? And leave that, just leave it. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh, you see daylilies and butterflies. I can see butterflies for sure. I definitely saw butterflies. Look at that. So now we got flower, flower. I can see this looks like a purple butterfly. You know what? Watch this, y'all. Watch this. Now, Graham, here's something else you can do. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? We had butterflies last night or yesterday. Now, where did I just had you. What did I do with you? We got butterflies. We can do two things. We got this is Eddie's. This is Eddie's latest design. One of his new ones. Let's get some ink. And because I don't want it to react, I'm going to use the waterproof archival ink. It's waterproof. Gonna stamp this one. So we're gonna kind of take this one and go right there. Right. Then I'm gonna take this one, the bigger one, because it's a big butterfly, because we all saw butterflies and lilies and things, and I'm gonna kind of put it right in the middle of it. Look at that. You look at that. And we'll take this one, kind of put that one upside down right there. Love it. The blob turns into something great. I'm just saying. So this, can we make this look like a butterfly? And I'm going to go over him with some yellow. This why we want the waterproof, because we can just go in and, not really stress over it. Just kind of put some in there. Just drop the paint down. You don't have to make it perfect, right? We're just giving them a little color. There we go. Put a little bit of black right there because it's dark. Just a little bit. This is when I say we trust the process. Have fun. And then when you really get into the watercolor and you really start asking yourself the question, then you go down all those other avenues of kind of getting into the logistics of it, the right and the wrongs of it. But right now, trust the process just to have fun, right? Look at that. Look at that. All right. So we got, oh, we're going, let's see, let's put I like the yellow. So I want to make it another. So we got yellow for the butterfly. Let's make what is that, a lantern fly? What kind of fly that is? Kind of fly. Kind of fly. Lantern fly. It is a lantern fly. We can't make it blue. We can't make it green. Make it orange. Color are they? We can do what color we want. Kind of slap that paint on there. Give him a little bit of color. So what? And we're doing this because we want him to pop off what we already put down. Right? He can be whatever color you want him to be. You can paint him black. I want him to be a little bit more cohesive with the page. So when you see him, you know he was stamped on. Turn it upside down so we can do the other one. So we got an orange. Yeah, he needs to be orange. Orange. I still don't say it as good as you, Eddie. Orange. Probably because I'm trying to control my tone too much. I had a joke right there, but I thought I'd leave it low. Crack myself up. Listen, I had a spark moment because y'all know the spark is within you. Nobody else can set you on fire but you, right? Right. And if you don't laugh, oh my goodness, you got to do things to make you laugh. Keep dreaming, keep laughing, so that way you have a reason to get up every day. Like y'all saw what this week it was a blob. Now, we ain't done. We ain't done. Because right here, I feel like we can do something else right here. I'm going to do something else right here. Bring it on home. We're going to get us some little purple. Because I have been inspired with these colors. And I'm going to kind of just do some little purples right there that sits in. And right there. Do, 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 do. And then we're going to come up here. Put some up there where it looks like the butterfly is just going from flower to flower. It's a little more open. Put one up there, right off of that one. Just no pigment, just using the water and stuff that you got in here in the tin. Now the other thing I can do at this point, because we're watercolor, still using all the watercolors. I'm gonna go back in. We're gonna get some of that good green. Y'all know I got good green and I got green. So we got this good green right there, and I'm gonna mix it over here because we like good green. And we're gonna come and put a stem, bring that down. No water, because we want pigment, no water. We want pigment. And bring that kind of down through there and through there, right there. Just makes it, it kind of gives everything, I don't know, somewhere to go. You know, it lands. Kind of come right there. Put a little leaf right there. Add some green to that. Put a little tail out of there. Put a little leaf right there. And define, these are leaves over here, so give them a little bit more pigment so that they can get out of the blob, right? Because they ended up being in the blue blob. Kind of do that. Kind of give it a little bit because that's coming out of there. The butterfly is kind of sitting on that one. Boom, boom. Pull that one out of there. Get us another green so it can sit on top and we know it's a leaf. Look at that. Oh, so Graham, you got this. Make sure you save every blob or every piece of paper that you have, because once you hone in on that watercolor and once you that hand can start manipulating, you can turn them into something beautiful, or you can stamp over them. I'll just give that a little bit more definition. That one a little bit more definition. We're gonna turn that into two leaves. That one going this way. Lay that way. Put the tip on it. And this one, you can put a little, make him look like he laying on the petal or the leaf. And that looks like up under it, it's sitting on a flower. Look at that. Once this dries, you still not done. You can do so much more with this. You can take some pencils, not pencils. I wouldn't take pencils. I would take a Posca pen. No, I wouldn't. Would I? No, I would let it dry and I'd probably take a micron. So once this dries, I would probably take a micron because it's not dry, but I would do this so that I could really kind of make stuff a little bit more defined. And then do this. Like you can also do this with watercolor, but I would do it probably with this. Something like that. So, see, the blob turns into something beautiful. You can turn it into a mixed media piece. Well, it's already because I took the stamp, I stamped on it. So there we go. You turn your blob into something beautiful. Blobs does not have to stay blobby. Now we did that one. This one's going to be very easy for me. Sorry. Not sorry. It's going to be very easy. I'm going to take that blue and mix it together. And I'm just going to kind of give it some streaks. Just give it some pigment to show where the leaves were. Right there. Lay that brush down. Let the brush do the work. You don't have to overwork it. That's that one. Now we're going to come over here, put some more of that. And same thing. I already knew those were two flowers. Remember I did the circle? So let's kind of Let's do it kind of with that concept. Just filling it in. And we're going to let what's already on the page be its color. There you go. Boom. Same thing to this one. We did a circle. Get some more. Got to get enough pigment. Lay the brush down because it's already, the paint is already down. All you're doing is adding more definition. That was too much space for me. Trying to get it a little closer. Now that the rest is easy. You just put your leaves back on there, right? Go back over and listen. I'm saying it's easy. 5 years ago, I wouldn't have been saying that. I've been like, well, what am I supposed to do with that? But after truly listening to Christy Rice, like take something like the blob, what we just did, and I was like, now what am I supposed to do with this? Like, I would make a blob. It wasn't hard because I already had the blob, and then she pretty much did just what I did, and that just made life a little bit easier, right? So now we need leaves. We got places we already had leaves. You kind of draw it out and fill it in. Let the brush drop. We're not using any more water. We've already put enough water on. This is the part where you come back and it's dry. So you don't spray any more water on it. So Graham, if you've already done it and it's dry, now don't go back in with more water. Just kind of, make it a little bit more defined. So we pull this out of here and just kind of start laying those leaves on top of the leaves that's already there, that's blobbed out. We're just going to make more definition. Bring that on over there, right? Draw the line. We're not mad. We just put some color on top of the leaves. And that looks like leaves are coming out of a blob, which is now a flower. I hope that helped, Graham, because I just had fun doing all that. I kind of brought back my memory. I gotta write the date on this so I know when we did this. Today is the 18th. This is World Watercolor Month, and it is the 18th day. WWM. That way I know what it was. Because last year I was not cool for looking. This one is really, really beautiful. This one I'm loving. I'm not going to do anything to this, but you can kind of go back in and oh, yes, I am. I say I wasn't, but it started talking to me. And Graham and anybody else that's on here, when your paint start talking to you, listen to it. It could be saying, "Hey, stop rubbing on me. Stop rubbing on it." Right? And it could be saying, "Hey, drop a couple yellow dots right here for me. Just put some, just a little bit, to let people know I'm the bottom. That's where I am. I'm the bottom part of this flower. Just drop some in there for me." It's just like, okay, cool. Do that. Look at that. Oh, yellow, because we got plenty on the brush. Put some down there. I usually work my flowers until they say, stop. Leave me alone. I don't want to stress them and disappoint them, but I like that. That's very much so beautiful. Look at that. Graham just came on over here and just got some things moving and shaking. I like to turn something into something. I like to turn nothing into something. Because again, watercolor doesn't like to be controlled. So when it does come together and make these beautiful colors, because when you look at it, this is why I say it's not mud to me. It's a nice background, right? So that just became a nice background that I'm going to continue on this one, but I want it to dry. Because again, when it's wet on wet, you want it to dry. Like you have to go in stages. Because if you keep applying paint, then it's never going to dry and it's going to become a bigger blob because the wetness is going to keep combining together. So you want it to kind of dry. So we let those two dry and they're beautiful. Now let's go back to this other one. And remember, I did this one. So this one I kind of did the same way. But I'm going to take this one. Let's take this one first. And I'm going to just kind of go around and make these into little big clusters, right, with my micron pen. And you can already tell that it starts forming into a flower or little flowers, which for me symbolizes hydrangeas. Doodling. I feel like Bridget showed me how to like to doodle over stuff that's already on the page. Bridget is a world-class doodler. So that's why I put blobs down, because I knew I was going to go over it. And you can do this with other colors once it dries, right? And you see, I'm not spending a whole lot of time on it either. We just doing the circles. It's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're not here for perfection. Y'all know when we're gonna be perfect? When we die. I am not here for the perfection. I'm not here to people please and oh, I don't like that. No problem. I love it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to disappoint me in my art. I'm not even here trying to satisfy everybody else. But what I am here to do is to make me happy. Because when you're on your grief journey and when you're trying to recover from life just slapping the hell out of you, that's what you got to do. Now we put some little dots in there. Boop, 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 pop, 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 boop, boop, boop. Drop them in there. Just drop them. Look how that's come alive. From the blob we had on the page. Like we just had water on the page. Put that in there, and so you can kind of circle it out because there's nothing in there, but we got something. It's still a color. I like that. I really do like that. Now, remember I told you my stuff be talking to me. Starts talking to me, so it started talking. Yellow is my happy color. Just gonna kind of go in there and put it, not a lot, just put some yellow in there. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boom. Love it, love it, love it. And then we're gonna put some down there to maybe look like they kind of fell out. Boom. Look at that. That's when that spark, y'all, when you're reclaiming your spark, this is what you do. You find something that makes your heart happy. Because when you're reclaiming your spark, sometimes when you're trying to reclaim your spark, sometimes you pretend. I don't want you to pretend, right? When you're reclaiming your spark, I do not want you to pretend that it's light, it's lit. I want you to know that it is lit. So like right now, it's just like, oh my goodness, doesn't get no better than get no gooder. Remember I told y'all gooder? So don't wait for the spark. Kind of, create now through the mucky mud. Or for the people that's up there where the fire is, or the people that smell the smoke or whatever. This is a time maybe to go sit in your space. Of course, you got to do what you can do. You can't really take a deep breath, but just concentrate. Put a nice song on, put maybe a movie on, because when I'm not live with you guys, I have a nice movie on or something. Sometimes it's something I've seen umpteen times. Usually it's Driving Miss Daisy, because I don't have to concentrate on looking at the movie. And then usually I concentrate on what I'm doing. Or if I'm looking at a movie that I need to look at because I've never seen it before, I'm not going to concentrate too much here. I'm going to just slap paint on the paper. All right, we're going to put that over there and let that dry. Now let's go back to, let's see if it's dry enough. It's a little bit. It's okay. Now look at this. This is going to dry like that. If you like that look, great, wonderful. I don't like that look. Not that I don't like it, it's just it still looks kind of wet. So I'm gonna get some of my good green, because y'all know my good green is greeny green. And I'm just gonna kind of come in and give it more definition, just a little bit, to separate that one from this one. And they're touching each other, so we're gonna kind of go in, right? Let that one know it comes over there and lay that brush down, kind of come around. Pull this one around. Tip it off. You know me, I like a good tip. And just kind of drag it a little bit. Same thing over here. Make that leaf a little bit more defined so it doesn't look like it's still wet. And then just kind of pull it through. And it's okay if it streaks, like, I'm okay with that. I just need to know it needed to be separated. So you see that? And then come over here. Just kind of put some streaks over there. You know, streaky, streaky. Do, 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 do. There we go. Oh, I hear thunder. That's a good sound. It probably isn't going to rain. Yesterday it rained late. All right. This, we can do a couple things. You can do a couple things. Because it turned into what I wouldn't call it a blob. I still see the definition. I still see the definition there. I still see the definition there. Oh, let's see. Let's do that. Let's bring that on in there. Circle that around. We got water on it. That was a lot of pigment. We don't need that much pigment. Oh, that was a lot. That was a whole bunch. I wonder why it was so much. Maybe it said it wanted to go on there. So now I'm just gonna, where I just laid the water, I'm just gonna go back over where it's all, where I just put that water on there and just streak it out and then lay that brush down and come on around and lay that brush down. Laying the brush down kind of gives it petals. Or you could have had this flower and you could have did pen work on it. You didn't have to come back in with the watercolor. It was a good place for you to put some watercolor grounds on it. Maybe. All right, and then come and do what you want. Remember, my watercolor grounds are translucent. No, it's not translucent. It's pearlescent white. So that would have gave this. Oh, that might have been real good. I maybe should have done that. I didn't think about that. I'm gonna slap this down here now. But it would have made it. It makes the colors pearlescent. I'll circle that out because that's going to be the center of our flower. So we got the idea how we take a blob and work it out. Work it out. Just work it out. I like that. Now, what I'm going to do with this later, I'm going to color the whole page, the background. But because it's still wet, I don't want to put no more paint on this page. So I'm going to let this page dry. We're going to let this page dry. We're going to let this one dry. This one is so pretty. That blue is doing real good. I love the butterfly right here. I really, really love what it did in that blob with the butterfly and the lantern. I love that. Because right now in my yard, this is the kind of nature that I got going on. That's bad English, but it sounded good to me. That's, we have the butterflies, we got the bees that's pollinating all my flowers. I feel like I got some lantern flies. I feel like there was a lantern fly that got stuck over there. I'm gonna have to take a picture, but I feel like that's what it was. And then we got flowers coming out of there. It's like a mini little safari. Maybe, maybe, I'm not sure. But I like that. And then we go back here, see how this is drying up. It's drying, it's more defined, right? And if we want this to be even more defined, I'll let it dry and then I'll come in and put more of a center there. And that looks like the peony that is open. And these are roses that are like a little bouquet. So I think that did good. Now, y'all, I got all these backgrounds because it is 11, 12, 1. Let's see, where am I? How much time we? Ooh, I've been on here 2 hours already. I'm surprised the puppy ain't woke up. He's still over there snoring. Oh, and remember we did the wood? That one's still doing good. It got more vibrant. I didn't do anything else to it, but it turned out even better. And I stamped over this side, so that did even. It's real pretty. So I'm gonna cut this off and paint. Yeah, it is. It's seeming like it's gonna rain. It's raining somewhere. All right, so we're gonna let that dry. But remember, I got all these backgrounds. I was gonna paint on them, But I feel like I don't want to stamp. You know what? Now that I got all these backgrounds, I might just take them and gel print on them. I don't know. Oh, that one is real pretty, isn't it? They're just pretty in itself. You know what? I don't necessarily have to do anything to them because I'm going to turn everything. These are going to be turned into a book. So why not have some blank, like some pages that I could, go into and do some work? Because that's what. Well, none of these are blank. And if I don't do the back pages, but some of these probably could be. I could do the back of the page. So I don't know. I don't know. I like that. So we did all the backgrounds, but let's put some leaves on this. Okay, so I'll see you later. That's why I was looking to see what time it was, and I was just like, I feel a little hungry. I had salmon and Brussels sprouts and watermelon for brunch. Here's me moving the pigment around because remember we put a lot of pigment on there. I did. I'm gonna just move that around just a little bit. Because sometimes when you have too much pigment, and if it dries in a little puddle, you'll know. It was, Al. It was very delicious. Very, very. Let's mix that. Let's get our little olivey green color. Kind of bring that down. Stem. Everybody gets a stem. Come through there. Come down there. Come here. Do, 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 do. There we go. That one. I don't know what color this is, but I use it to mix my green to give me this olivey color. That's why I call it my good, good green. Should put them together. Put that, just come out there. Boo, do, 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 do. Having salmon patties for dinner. Ooh, I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner. Don't know. Haven't thought that far ahead. I might just have me some fish. Get some fried fish. Feel like I'm on a fish kick here. There we go. That's pretty. Now see how that leaf I don't like that. So I'm gonna kind of pull that up there, make that look like it's coming out of the base of that flower. See, just very much so beautiful, in the words of my granddaughter. There we got that one. Got that one. Put some pigment in there and drop some in there. I think I spoke the puppy up. Let's see. It's more of a green. Pull that out of there. There we go. I really don't. That came too far. Kind of put it there. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. McDonald's. Yuck. Oh God, I wish I could go to what you call them, Fuller's. Like that. See my good green, both of my greens together. They're gonna dry good. Not going to Zal's sister house as Zal didn't take M&Ms. You didn't take the M&Ms? You follow? No, Alicia, are we talking about place to eat? Oh, what part of Bama are you in again, Karen? Oh no, I'm in Clayton, Alicia. So I'm about 15 minutes outside of Eufaula. Sorry, I missed that. Missed the top part. I'm in Clayton, Alabama, and where I will probably have my dinner Well, go get my dinner. Not gonna go and have it by myself. Although I can. I do go places and eat by myself. But I wanna be home and eat. There we go. Like that better. That's better. That's better. I like playing with the greens. Play with the greens. Ava Lee, listen, I can't eat McDonald's either. Mr. McCoy shouldn't eat McDonald's either, especially since he's getting ready to go hang out with his dad. But his excuse is he got free coupons or whatever, and I'm just like, mm-mm, I'm not a McDonald's kind of girl. No, thank you. As a matter of fact, the only time I have to have a taste for I call it the nasty fries. Sick. And when I have a taste, because in my mind, I know what the fries tasted like when I was growing up, because McDonald's used to be the jam. And so then when I get them, I just be like, oh, but I'm not gonna waste my numbers on foolishness. McDonald's just doesn't. McDonald's sit up on the counter for too long for me. Burger King kind of trying to get the same way. Y'all see those greens? Those greens are it. It has been so long since I've eaten McDonald's and longer for Taco Bell. I have not had McDonald's in like 20 years. I did. Yeah, I used to like their fries. And I still every now and then I try. As a matter of fact, when I took Azalea to meet her mom, I had a taste for them old processed nuggets. Oh, let me tell you something. I probably ate one. And then I ate about four of the fries. And I brought it on home. Yeah, I don't eat Taco Bell because they talk about their meat. So I kind of left them. I kind of left them alone. Haven't been there probably since last year. Now when we traveling, I try to do places where we can go eat. Oh yeah, it's raining. Let me think. All the dogs in? Yeah, ain't nobody outside. Oh, KFC potato wedges. I haven't had those in a while either. I go there for their chicken tenders. Azalea loves their macaroni and cheese. She can eat their macaroni and cheese by the buttload. Okay, there's that. Look at that. But now I think since I've been on my kick to get my diabetes under control, or my A1C rather, my diabetes is under control. And we're back down. We're going down. The number is going down. And my doctor's taking me off all those other meds. So grateful for that. Um, I just stopped eating a lot of processed food because it wasn't agreeing with my stomach. That's very much so beautiful. All right, and that's coming in. That nasty outbreak people have been catching. Linked to I ain't been the lettuce. So what has been going on with that? I saw something on um something on something. That's what I'm gonna say. Something on something that was saying, but I didn't go down the rabbit hole as to what it was. I don't understand. How you get bad lettuce? Like I just don't understand. How do we get bad lettuce? What are we doing? Which is goes to ask the question, what are we doing with our food that lettuce? Like we can't even have good lettuce? Are we making lettuce bad too? Daughter number three, she been growing her own. So I guess, that might be the way to do it. The lettuce is from Mexico. What are they doing to it in Mexico? What do you say? Parasites? Oh, so okay, so what we're saying, so does it have parasites because they were trying not to spray it? Is that it? So it's full of bugs? Is that what we're saying? Y'all get to type and let me know because I don't want to go down the rabbit hole of looking. I wanna go and when processing. Oh, it's from I don't think that Mexico can be blamed. Okay, Cookie, what is it from people now? Oh, let me tell y'all something that I hate. When I'm in a restaurant, right, and I go in the bathroom, and let's say you're in the stall next to me and we come out at the same time and you go out the door. Oh man, I'm gonna look at you, especially if you go back in the restaurant, I'm gonna look at you like you so nasty buzzard. I think that is just one of the worst things you can do is wipe your tail and don't wash your hands. That's just so disgusting. It's just one of my things. And then somebody said, "Well, I go and I have foam. They have the hand sanitizer. Ain't nothing better than soap and water." It just ticks me off that we don't grow our own dang lettuce. Like we don't do what do we do? I mean, we got peanuts here in Alabama. We got peanuts, we got cotton, we got okra. We got a lot. We have a lot of farmers here. So I'm happy to say that like I can literally go up the road and get fresh produce. And the commissary, I can say they have a lot of the local farmers. They have a lot of their food in there. So I guess I can say a little bit, but and I take some of it and try to freeze it, but y'all know since the dogs are on this raw diet, they eat pretty much the same thing we eat. Today they had hamburger patties with sweet potatoes. See you later, Becky. Becky, I'm quite sure you gotta take a nap. Okay, British say federal health officials have linked shredding iceberg lettuce. Oh, I don't eat iceberg lettuce. No way. Supplied by Taylor Farms to a multi-state outbreak of caused by that sound painful. Sound like somebody need to have some castor oil. That's what it sound like. Somebody need castor oil. My grandmama didn't say castor oil get rid of anything. I said I bet it do when it be running, everything come out. Be surprised your gizzard don't come out with it. All right, so I got these. So this is another kind of version of wet on wet. See, it's wet right there. And I'm going to go in with, I think this is crimson because I want it to have its little streaks, but I want more pigment, not water. So you saw that's too much water. So we got to pigment it up a little bit. Yeah, I don't like iceberg lettuce. It has no nutritional value. I'd rather get some spinach. Okay, I'm gonna lay that down there. We're gonna let that dry because that should have been a little bit drier. And then I'm coming here. This is where you kind of. So the other thing is if you're a gouache, you like gouache, and don't give me the line about gouache, but I love gouache because gouache you can layer. Watercolor is you can see through watercolor. Gouache, you can't see through it. If you think about stained glass windows and you lay gouache down, you can't see. See right here, I can take this and see through that. You see through it. If I put gouache on there, no bueno, you can't see. But look at, so we see, you see how each layer of the flower is coming alive because I'm giving it a chance to dry before I put another pigment on top of it. But when you use gouache, and I maybe might pull out the gouache somewhere along the watercolor journey, but it's just a different being. It really does perform differently. It does. It does. But if you think about a shower door, and you think about a church window, stained glass, some you can see through, some like you can't because of how thick the shower glass is. You can't see through it. But that's my version. That's the way I came down to kind of paying attention to what it was or what it is with gouache. But watercolor, that's going to leave that right there. You're going to see that. But if that was gouache, you wouldn't be able to see it right there. You can see how you can see through here. If I get the gouache and put it on here, it's going to give some beautiful layers. It is, oh my goodness, I love gouache. Love me some gouache. Now that I understand it, I'm not ignorant to gouache because in the beginning I was very ignorant to gouache. It's just like, oh my goodness, I do not understand this medium. When I'm ignorant to a medium, and remember, we call the word ignorant when we're uneducated about it and we haven't got knowed up on it. Now that I'm knowed up on it, I'm no longer ignorant to the fact. That's just me owning my word. So when I tell people, it's like, you're very ignorant. I need to understand. Do you understand what I'm saying or do you not? Because some people understand what you're saying, so they're not ignorant to the fact. Like when you get people that want to act like they don't understand some things are racist, they have racistic tendencies to it, which is microaggressions, right? If you don't think that racism still exists in the world today, then you're ignorant to the fact. So you're not ignorant to the fact. You're ignorant to the fact that yes, it does, but you just want to play ignorant. That's where we are in the world today. And that's like for the man that I saw on Instagram. And now these people that are doing mean stuff, y'all don't do mean stuff. Because if you say what you really feel, there are people, somebody's videoing you, and God forbid you own a business. And then they put you out there and tell the social media, find this person. And then you own a business. Next thing you know, you're gonna be out of business because people are gonna write bad reviews. Oh my goodness, it was so ugly. I can't believe the man said the things he said all over a daggone parking spot. Jesus. Y'all, let's love. Let's not do a lot of hate. Let's love. Let's just serve up more love. And love from a place of you want to receive love. Don't do something to other people that you don't want done to yourself. Remember, in our emotional intelligence, we're only focusing on ourself. We can't focus on what other people do. We can only focus on ourself. Self-awareness. And did y'all hear that? And then have self-management. Did you hear that? The Lord just struck down something. Something just I felt like got hit. That thing was loud. Did you hear it? It sounded so refreshing. Like probably back in the day it would have scared me crapless and I'd be like, I'm finna go, y'all. But it's like now it's like, well, I hope it didn't hit my internet because you're still here. But hopefully it didn't hit a tree. You can hear it pop out, boom. You know it hit something. So that's how it is. Love and be aware. That's right. That's why I don't comment. Yeah, but sometimes, Mr. McCoy, you need to comment. That's avoidance. Yours is avoidance, and we're not going to go into that. So, your self awareness does mean you do a lot of pausing, but you don't self manage yourself so that you have a great social awareness. And we're not going to go into that. But Mr. McCoy, if he would really come over here behind the desk and have a conversation, y'all would really understand. Sometimes when you don't say something, all it's doing is giving permission to people to treat you like crap. And usually when you say something, all you have to do is say one or two things. Then they be like, oh, okay. All right. So you didn't like that? I didn't. Remember, if I push you down today and I come back in a week and you're still down, that's no longer my problem. That is now your problem. Right? So what we need to do is allow people to not treat us like crap. And that's the only way I can put that word. Now, this is very, very beautiful. See, look at that. And that's going to dry. Keep continuing to dry. If everyone did focus on self, things would be much better. Only miserable people try to spread more misery instead of working on their. Yes, I agree. That's why I'm one less person that you have to worry about that I'm going to come and cuss you out. I'm just going to sit and think about what you did, and then I'm just going to adapt to what I need to do going forward. Remember, we have to put boundaries even on ourselves. And that's not being mean, that's just being self aware so that we can have self management, so that when we do get out in the world, we'll have social awareness. I'm trying to tell you, that's why I'm doing I got my journal, emotional intelligence, because I'm working on Karen, so Karen don't have to come and pop off on these people. Why? Because I'm on a healing journey. Some days I'm just not ready to show up. And I need to be able to articulate it clearly. Today is not the day, right? That's that. Did I miss something? Wait. Too many systems being run by the business that are supposed to be regulated. I agree with that. We had too many. Yeah. Yep. I love gouache and just watercolor. Yes. Love gouache. Love gouache. Hey, Bridget, you didn't say if I did you say if I could show them what you did with that picture? She updated a picture, y'all. It was so pretty. Like she took a picture that she found in the thrift store, like in the Goodwill, and just redid it. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I cannot imagine just waking up and saying mean stuff to people, especially unprovoked, right? I want to be happy, so I want the people around me and beyond to be happy. I agree, 100%. I agree 100% with that, Zell. And everybody, they want what they want and they want their way. And so it's hard sometimes to be in a situation like that when you have selfish people. So instead of dealing with selfish people, I just keep myself, I'm gonna be selfish with me, right? This one is, I'm gonna put some more on this one because it's dried a little bit. I'm happy to say. Gonna kind of go in, streak, streak. Okie dokie, that okie dokie, is that a yes? Because I don't want to show if you don't want me to. Because it's so pretty. I want y'all to see what kind of skills Bridget has. Bridget is very, very skillful. You think I'm doing some with some this? Bridget can work a pen, baby. Oh my goodness. When she sends mail, when I get her mail, it is so like I haven't thrown any of her packages away because she creates on the package. It is so pretty. Her and Barb, they send pretty packages. Make my mailman happy. Get that. Let's go around there. We're gonna keep going around, making it like that's the center. There's the rain. Comes the rain. There we go. And because I made it bigger, kind of gonna go in and give it a little bit. It can't be top heavy. Gotta have something to hold it down. Yeah, there's that rain. That's that sleepy rain right there. So, but what I am gonna do, y'all. All right, I'm gonna show y'all. She said okay. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna. Where is it? Bridget, Bridget, Bridget. There it is. Okay, this is before. Buddy, I frame all your watercolors. And yeah, she does. And this is after. Look at that. She brought that thing to like she changed it up. But look at her hat and the frame. Did you change the frame? Or are you gonna change the frame or keep it in the same frame? Is that not like look at the curls? I just would have messed that up. Just so yeah. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, y'all. Since it's storming, and normally I can say most of the time, sometimes we lose power. I'm not gonna tempt faith, but I want to slide some of all the things I've done. I'll be here in the studio create, but I'm gonna give the Lord His due time, and I'm gonna be one less thing making noise around these parts. This is pretty. I'm gonna come back in here with more orange, and this is gonna end up being orange and blue. There's that one. There's that one. Some of these are wet, so I don't want to put them on top of each other. And then of course we had all the backgrounds. We did all the backgrounds that I'm not right now. I'm not going to do anything with them. If I gel print on them and use them as pulls, then maybe. But I think we can say that we ended up with a great day 18 for World Watercolor Month, bold in color. And thanks to Graham, it really got bolder because we popped down and turned some blobs. Well, we turned that frown upside down and turned it into some beautiful stuff. Look at that. That is just very much so beautiful. So remember today, I want y'all to think about everything that has been happening in your life, whatever's been going on during this month, right? I want you to always ask yourself beautiful questions. It's going to Choose your grace, give yourself grace, choose your peace, and continue to give yourself compassion so that you can love on yourself, right? Do not wait until life gets perfect, right? Hang in there. Slap some paint on some paper. Do your thing. Reclaim your joy. Reclaim your spark. You got this. I'm going to see you guys later. I love you. Thank you for hanging out. I'll see you guys tomorrow because we're here every day in July for World Watercolor Month. Tomorrow is Sunday, so tomorrow, Sunday. I think I'll be here in the afternoon because PM Artist Studio is in the morning. All right. See you guys later. Y'all have a great day. Bye.